I wanna die. Hey guys, my name is Wixelol, and today we're going to be reviewing this Transformers Studio Series 86 Constructicons, which combined into the mighty Devastator. This is a officially licensed Hasbro product, and I wish I was sponsored. And a complete Devastator, you're gonna need all 6 Constructicons, sold separately of course, consisting of Hook, Long Haul, Bone Crusher, Mixmaster, Scavenger, and Scrapper. All separate because... I don't know, man. It's weird. And don't worry, it came with accessories. Alright, let's get to the toy review. Shit. Garbage. Okay. Pretty good. Terrible. Yeah, I'm not going to be glazing this thing. This is going to be the part of the video. I'm not going to glaze it. I see everyone online saying, ooh, Studio Series 86 is so good. It's not. It's really not good. Alright, let's just get it out of the way. Let's just review Hook right now. I hate this figure. It sucks, and I just hate it. Shut up. He's got a head swivel on a ball joint. Arm extends out by 90 degrees, and you can do a full, like, 360 around on his elbow. Mostly for the transformation, but that's unrelated. Legs move out by 90 degrees. It's got a nice swivel at the leg, which can cause it to bend back and forth. Around 90 degrees, that goes for the feet as well, but not as much. You can give it more posability, so that's something. And now for the waist the waist swivel? What? Hold on, you telling me this doesn't have a waist swivel? Like, you could've... What? Hold on, let me check something. Okay, it looks kinda similar. When did this come out? Holy shit, they are using the exact same mold from 10 years ago. Yeah, let's just get it out of the way. None of them have waist swivels, only Devastator does. Bone Crusher is an exception, but not really. His transformation plugs into the waist swivel, so it's pointless. Anyway, so Hook has a, Hook accessory, so we'll just look at that right now. And overall, it's, okay. Decent amount of detail, and let's just see how far it goes out. Yeah, it does not extend out that far, which is insane, because, here, look at this example. This is Transformers Masterpiece Inferno, and this is how far it goes down. See, look at that, that's so much a lot of compression, and it folds down. That's mainly for the transformation. But that's besides the point. It gives you a lot more room to, work with. Anyway, so the Hook, plugs into the back. Is it very stable? No, it really isn't. But, it works. Alright, let's look at Long Haul now. Whole body's able to move just from the waist to the legs. Decent thigh movement here. Arms can rotate on a swivel joint, full 360. Can bend them backwards or on a hinge, but that's more for the transformation. Head is on a ball joint swivel, so that means you can do a full 360 rotation on the figure. Leg can extend out that far, and you can bend it not fully 90 degrees, but it's on a decent axis. You can also pose the foot, but it's okay. Nothing to go home about. Alright, next up is Scavenger. The claw on his back is fully posable, well not really, but it's on some swivel, so it allows you to get some posability out of it. Arm is on a ball joint connected to the shoulders, and the elbows are also on a ball joint, and the head is on a ball joint, so it can swivel around. Knees can bend around 90 degrees. The feet on both Scavenger and Bone Crusher are actually quite posable. Can bend up to turn up to 90 degrees, so that's actually quite posable, as well as the toes themselves. Alright, next up is Bone Crusher. He has a ball joint on his head, so he can have a nice swivel. Ball joint on the shoulder. You can even lower the arm, just to make it longer, I guess, I don't know. Elbow is on a ball joint. Thighs are also on a ball joint, so they're pretty posable. And can bend around halfway. I do want to say, though, that Scavenger and Bone Crusher are virtually the same designs. With small differences here and there, but legs-wise, arms-wise, they're virtually the same. Now for the left leg of Devastator, that's Scrapper. Arms are on a ball joint, I believe, and are pretty posable, as well as double jointed, but that's more for the transformation. Arms can bend that far, and actually do a full 360 rotation. And hey look, they can even bend backwards. That's mostly for the transformation again. Legs can move out that far, and bend at the knee. Full 360 around the knee joint. Feet are quite posable, can bend up that far, and back. Now there is no waist swivel still, but there is a weird bend joint, but that is less for the robot mode and more for the combining mode. Alright, now for Mixmaster. Full 360 just above the elbow, with an actual elbow hinge, just bending only 90 degrees. Thigh can move up that high, and move out that far, with a bend of 90 degrees at the knee. It can also bend backwards 90 degrees, but that's more for the transformation, if anything. Might not be able to see it through my hands, but the head is on a ball joint, which is a bit difficult to get around, but due to that massive bit of plastic behind her, but it's fine. Can't do a waist swivel still, but it can do that weird bending thing for the combined mode. Right, now to get their measurements and see how tall they are. Now for size comparison, here's Blocky's Optimus Prime, Lego Optimus Prime, and Blocky's Devastator, which I'll get into later. I've got a lot of things to say about that. Right, so we've seen everyone now, let's transform it. Make sure the hand is folded out here. It's weird, but it works with the transformation. So the version of Scrapper I have had a little notch, so you just gotta make sure you plug it in. Alright, and here are the vehicle modes. Alright, let's just have a look at them. Alright, elephant in the room, once again, it's Hook. Yeah, he does nothing to cover his head. Don't worry, neither does Longhaul. None of the other ones have this issue, but it's just these two. Now overall, most of the figures have a good amount of detail, I can't deny it, and there's a lot of like small notches, but I just don't like how they just hide everything just with the flat colors. And this is just, I'm pointing this out just about every figure, not including the Constructicons, but all of them, that they just, Hasbro can't make up their mind of what they want. They'll say they want to be G1 accurate as possible, but they'll add all this panel lining and just overly, highly detailed, like, little parts, gears, and all such. But then you could look at the G1 cartoon, and it's just flat. There was no room. Like, make up your mind. Do you want to be G1 accurate, or do you want your own thing? And I may as well get started here. I want to talk about the Blockies version of Devastator. I don't know how to describe it other than I love it. It's just more appealing to the eye. There's just a lot more to look at, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's great. But that's enough of that. Let's just transform all these guys and finally combine them into Devastator. By the way, I forgot to mention, Longhaul has a trailer, so it's just the leg storage, so that's it. Nice head peeking, idiot. And here he is, all the Constructicons put together to make Devastator. And overall, it's very meh. Which is, if you ask me, is not a good thing. Like, it would be at least good criticism I could point out if I say if it was bad. But it's not bad, it's not good either, it's just very average. Like, you look at it and go, yep, that's Devastator. Which, if you ask me, is not a good thing. Alright, let's now talk about the articulation on Devastator. The arm can move out that far and actually do a full 360 around it. The elbow can bend this far and... wow, that is disappointing, wow. The head is on a swivel and not a ball joint, so it actually limits a lot of, like, head posability and movement. These little tabs at the legs can fold out just for a bit more leg posability. And yay! Finally, it's got waist swivel! It can't do a full 360 because of the stuff at the back, but it's a waist swivel. Legs move out that far, and you can actually give it a full 90 degrees. And, yeah, it's got ratchet joints, so that's good. And you could do that posability thing that took up waist swivels. Alright, that's enough of the front. Let's have a look at the back now. Can't be that bad, right? Yeah, that is pretty bad there. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it's pretty bad. Now, this is just what I do to not really fix it, but it just makes it look a lot better. Detach that, and get rid of these tabs locked in, and just move the legs from long haul up. And it leaves a little bit of space, but it just looks so much less ugly. Alright, back to size comparisons. Here's Blocky's Optimus, Lego Optimus, and Blocky's Devastator. Alright, let's just quickly do this because I'm not really interested. There's a head swivel, but it's not perfectly in the center, so it swivels a bit weird. And one big thing I want to complain about is the faceplate is not removable, so there's no change of facial expressions, which is insane because, let's go back, Blocky's Devastator has a facial expression change, and this is way bigger and more expensive, so what's the issue? Okay, now it's time for the final thoughts. Overall, it's a fine figure. Like, I've been playing with it here and there when I'm editing or when I'm just about to go to bed or something, and I just want to mess around with it. It's fun, and I can't deny it, but is it worth the price of how much it costs? Like, no. If it was all put into one package, like the Combined Wars version, then it would be a bit more manageable, but it's just really expensive for what it is. But if you really don't want to deal with, like, going into the entire rabbit hole of third-party figures, it's a good figure to pick up. Would I recommend it? Yeah. You know what, if you really want to get Devastator, but not at full price of third parties, yeah, I'd go with this. And I've kind of also now run out of, like, you know, actual film or videos, like, of my figures, so, yeah. I've got no funny intro or outro, so, bye. I don't know when I'm coming back. That's it.